Hey, my fishing friends, your favorite fishing expert here, ready to dive deep into what promises to be an absolutely cracking day out on the water. We're talking about Thursday, the 14th of November, 2025, in the beautiful, diverse waters of Australia. Now you might be thinking, what's so special about this day? Well, hang tight, because I've got some insights that might just make you cancel all your plans and grab your gear. We're going to uncover why this particular day is shaping up to be a prime fishing opportunity, with warming waters and increasing fish activity setting the stage for some truly memorable catches. Let's get right into the heart of the matter. What fish are we targeting, and how are we going to trick them? First up, the always popular whiting. These beauties are highly active right now, and believe me, they're delicious. You'll want to be casting your lines in clear shallow banks, around sand hills, and into the gutters and sand holes close to shore. Areas like the western side of Moreton Island, the beaches of Bribby Island, or the foreshores around Redcliffe are prime territories. A little trick I've picked up: keep an eye out for feeding dugongs. Where they're digging, the whiting are often close behind, feasting on whatever gets stirred up. For tackle, a good old paternoster rig for drifting is hard to beat, but if you're in a fast-running current, a running sinker rig works wonders. When it comes to bait, live bloodworms are the absolute gold standard, but don't shy away from frozen beach worms, strips of fresh squid, peeled prawns, pipies, or live yabbies. And for those who love a bit of lure action, surface walkers and pink grubs can be incredibly effective. Next, let's talk about the opportunistic, dusky flathead. These flat-out fighters are fantastic eating and very active in our estuaries. The best places to find them are along the edges of channels as the tide recedes from the flats, but also don't forget to work the flats themselves during high tide or along weed edges further back in river systems. Think of spots like Botty Bay or the Gore River. My go-to strategy here is to drift soft plastics, working them slowly and methodically over sandy patches. Large jerkbaits and paddle tail plastics are also highly effective. If bait is your preference, small pilchards or fresh prawns are irresistible to a hungry flathead. Moving to the inshore reefs, the snappertude numbers are escalating dramatically, especially in areas like Melbourne's big bays and the local inshore reefs around Moreton Bay. Look for them around reef ledges and deeper drop-offs. For tackle, a paternoster rig or a standard running sinker rig with a longer leader will do the trick. Baits like pilchards and squid are always winners. Don't be afraid to try 40 to 60 gram slow-pitch jigs or 100-meter vibes if you're into lure fishing. For the really big ones, especially when mixed with other reef dwellers, some heavy gear and fresh crabs can make all the difference. Finally, for those who love a bit of surface excitement, the yellowtail kingfish are absolutely on fire. Their numbers are rapidly increasing, especially in our harbours and major waterways like Sydney Harbour and Pittwater. Keep your eyes peeled for those telltale bust-ups. When you see bait schools being ambushed at the surface, you know the kingies are there. Small stick baits or metals worked quickly through these feeding frenzies will often trigger an aggressive strike. Also, check around shipping beacons and prominent ledges where baitfish might be congregating. Now for the nitty-gritty, the theoretical base for our forecast. Friends, let's break down the conditions for the 14th of November 2025 in Australia. Weather. In Sydney, which gives us a good indication for many coastal areas, we're looking at a minimum temperature of 19 degrees Celsius and a maximum of 26 degrees Celsius. Daytime highs will hover around 24 degrees, dropping to 16 degrees at night. The forecast predicts partly cloudy skies with a slight chance of a shower, about a 20% chance of any rain. There's also a possibility of a thunderstorm in the western areas during the afternoon and evening. Winds will be light, becoming south to southeasterly at 15 to 20 kilometers per hour in the morning, then shifting easterly to 15 to 25 kilometers per hour during the day. Atmospheric pressure is generally stable this time of year after the spring transitions, which is always a good sign for fishing. The slight chance of patchy rain, particularly after stable weather, can often trigger active feeding, so don't let a light shower deter you. Water temperature. Across Australian coastal waters, temperatures are steadily rising. In Sydney, we're seeing comfortable readings around 19 to 20 degrees Celsius. This warming trend is a massive signal to fish. It's time to feed heavily before the intense summer heat sets in. This boosts their metabolism and makes them incredibly active. Moon phase. On the 14th of November 2025, we will be under a waning crescent moon with approximately 28 to 30% illumination. The new moon is only about 5 days away. Now, some old-timers might tell you that a waning moon means slightly less active daytime fishing, as the brighter nights allow fish to feed under cover of darkness. However, my experience tells me that during this phase, those transitional periods of dawn and dusk become even more crucial. Fish will use these low-light conditions to their advantage, so being on the water early and staying late can be incredibly rewarding. Overall, fish activity. Considering all these factors, the generally stable, warm weather, steadily rising water temperatures, the increasing biological activity, and those tantalizing showery conditions, my overall assessment for fishing on November 14th, 2025 is a good to excellent bite with some capricious moments, due to the possibility of showers. This is a day for active fish, eager to feed before the full summer heat truly sets in. The key, my friends, is to be observant, adapt to local conditions, and hit those prime feeding windows. So there you have it, my friends. Get out there, enjoy the incredible fishing Australia has to offer, and may your lines be tight and your coolers full. Don't forget to hit that subscribe button, smash the like, and let me know in the comments below. What are your plans for fishing this week? What's your go-to bait or lure in November? Share your wisdom and help our community grow.